seen me walking down the street, staring at the sky and dragging my 2 feet. You just passed me by, you still make me cry. You can make my whole again. I'm not sure I'm singing that. Hi everybody, Bill here, still here. Sorry about that, being silly again. Anyway, 8-day point. 8 days ago, surgery. And look at me, I'm doing okay. Okay, I'm looking a bit skinny, a bit older probably, a bit worn, but I can't grumble, can I really? I just got back from the Stoma clinic. Now, they have a clinic at the Princess Royal Hospital where I met one of my Stoma nurses, who's the lovely Laura. I've met Nikki too, and there are others I haven't yet met, I don't think. But they're such lovely people. And look, I take my little bag in with me. They give you this, full of all your Stoma products, for your colostomy or ileostomy or urostomy or whatever ostomies you have. All the products you need, they give to you. There's cleaning stuff. And the bags, of course, you've got the different types of bag. I think I showed you before. This is the type of bag I'm going for at the moment. It's the little black number. Very sleek. It's quite discreet. Doesn't look too bad. And it's much better than the see-through ones. Yeah, you don't want to know. It's all right at first, so they can see what the output is without taking your bag off. But it's not very nice. You don't walk around in front of anyone. These black ones are good enough that I've actually allowed Helen to see my stomach now. I've allowed her to see the, not the stoma itself, but the bag, because it covers it up. It doesn't look too bad, so I don't mind her seeing that. Anyway, the Stoma clinic went well. They've given me restock my bag, and also sign me up with this company, Fittleworth, who will send me the products on a regular basis to my house. I haven't got to do anything. And if I run out of anything, I've only got to call the clinic and they'll cut more bags to size for me. If I'm incapable of cutting the whole myself, I could do, but I haven't needed to yet. One thing is that the stoma itself, that's the bit of your gut that's sticking out of your stomach, this actually shrinks in size over time. Initially it's quite a moist sort of, it's not very pleasant, but it's your gut. It has to stay moist because that's the way it is, isn't it? In fact, it's been described to me as the tongue in your head. Your tongue's always wet and moist, isn't it? And you don't expect that to be dry, and if it's dry, there's something wrong. Well, it's the same with the stoma, really. This stoma has already shrunk for me, so the holes they've cut in the bags have become slightly smaller now for me to use in future, and maybe the next time I have the hole cut, they'll be even smaller again. So we'll see how that goes. My first order will arrive by Friday, by the way, so I'm looking forward to that. The output of the stoma that I've had so far has been a bit up and down, a mixed bag, as if you like, a bit up and down. Quantity-wise, at first it was like 1.5 litres over the course of a day, too much. Wants to be under a litre really, and also you want a consistency more than liquid. It's got to have some consistency, otherwise you're going to get dehydrated, and that's how I've been feeling a little bit. And I said, well, of course, if I'm dehydrated, you want to drink water, don't you? No, apparently not. No, because if I drink water, it's just going straight through my small intestine, probably coming out into the bag or as wee or whatever. It's not going into my large intestine, because apparently that's where it takes the moisture away out of the food that you've consumed, and that's what hydrates you. So it's not the thing to do to drink water. I've got to drink more things like Lucozade Sports or squash, just not pure water. So I'm trying to do that, and I've done that over the last day or two, and it's improved a lot. So the quantity is about right. It's under a litre during the course of a day, and yes, it's got slightly more consistency to it, which is what we're aiming for. I do feel a bit thirsty though, I must admit, and a little bit queasy too, although last night I was in a little bit of pain, and at 4 o'clock in the morning I had to take one of my strong painkillers, the oxycodones, to help me get to sleep, and that can make you feel a little bit queasy. Generally I'm trying to keep off those things because they're quite addictive anyway, and also they have some side effects like queasiness. Weight loss too. Do you know what? My weight, well, I was 13.5 stone. I mean, I'm a skinny little thing anyway, really. 13.5 stone when I went in, and this morning when I weighed myself, 12 stone 10. Yeah, £9 is a big loss, isn't it? And it's not for lack of eating. Helen, bless her, she's been giving me all these bad foods, which are now good foods. All the high fat, well, low fibre, but actually high fat too, to try and build me up. I've been having lots of that, but still the weight's going down. I mentioned this to the Stoma clinic, and Laura said, well, that's because your body's had such a traumatic experience with the surgery that it's burning calories. Even just sitting still, it's burning calories at a huge rate, and that's why I'm losing weight. So hopefully things will settle down there as well, and I'll stop losing more weight, because if I'm already looking a lot baggier than I was. I'll stop using that word, baggy. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, actually, the stoma. This is interesting. They said to me, well, Laura said to me, that you might notice that you actually have some, this isn't very pleasant, some discharge from your bottom. Even though it's not connected any longer, you can still actually end up with something coming out of it. Just not a lot, but don't be afraid if it does. And do you know what? I couldn't understand how that happens. Well, apparently the stoma itself isn't just like one end of your small intestine coming out of your gut. It's also got the end of the large intestine coming out. So you imagine the two tubes. I think it's a bit like that. And then they push it through your stomach and they just sew it out. So the top one is the one which is producing stuff and pushing it out into the bag. The bottom one isn't actually doing anything, but apparently the gas inside the bag can sometimes blow back into the bottom half and end up coming out of your backside like a normal boy. So I'll be prepared for that. It hasn't happened yet, but it would be a bit disconcerting if it does, I think. Pain. I will mention pain because I am still in a lot of discomfort. Not too bad. I'm still walking about. Managed a mile yesterday. Went outside with Helen and we walked up to the post office and back. It was about a mile round trip. And yeah, it did tire me out a little bit, but not too bad. But pain, yeah, at night time in particular, I can be quite uncomfortable. And also, the swelling. Do you remember the old circus act? The swelling down below, that's come back again as well. And from our self-diagnosis, we found something called lymphedema. I'm not saying it is that, but apparently if they mess about with your lymph nodes, it can cause excessive fluid and swelling in that sort of area. Whether it is or it isn't, the use of underpants helps a lot. And slobbing around in the house, I'll tell you what I wear, but I have been wearing pyjamas a lot, and now I'm definitely trying to wear underpants too. And I've been wearing clothes for the last couple of days as well to try and not be so lazy. It's helping a lot, and elevation too. Not letting gravity sort of do its thing is helpful in that regard. So chaps, if you're in this boat, wear pants. It's a lot better. I think that's it really. Those are the main points I wanted to bring you up to speed with. So yeah, it's still going well. I'm still recovering well, still enjoying life, and I'm going to cut out now and call it a day. Please do ask any questions if you have any particular ones. I'll try and answer them, and I'll say bye for now.